Peke yake.
Intaji hapa ni nani? Kuja.
Uingia madam.
Please.
Ingia.
Amesema uingie.
Just come. We are going to go back and say you denied us access.
Please, madam.
Chief unaitwa na Magistrate.
Mimi nimesema aingie.
Anakuita. You also respect authority. Anakuita.
Wakili, don't instruct me.
I'm not.
Yes.
She's the one calling you.
Yes.
Kama akikataa.
Yeah, we just stand back.
Yeah. Stand back.
Funga hiyo mlango.
The media is a fault estate for heaven's sake.
Bas, sasa tutakasirika sasa. Tukasirike.
The media is a fault estate. You can't deny the court. Unataka kutoka mbele ya court. Unataka kusema tatoni. How can you stop the Attorney General from accessing the let us go and observe what you have done.
Simama hapo. Mnakosa twende.
This is a no school. Let me tell you, you're putting the court secretary. The court has already ordered that these parties to come and ascertain what is happening. I have not reviewed. If you stop, and the media, you cannot stop the media. They have a right to cover. So you cannot stop them. Unless you're hiding something. Are you hiding something, sir? Unless you're hiding something, you need to enter with the media. Kama upiti kitu usitusumbue. The other time they were still even TV. Now kwa chakula yote hawamoja. Kama upiti kitu mnaogopa media nini? Jamani. Basi. You cannot lose. But when you are doing that thing in the middle of the night, how many of you inside? You can't tell us that. There is no even pension. You might hold this place and your pension is going to be forever.
We do not want to create a scene. Please allow us in. We write our report. We do not want to.
Naomba tu nisikize. Let them go in beats. Wakiingia safari moja wote sisi tutakuwa crowded.
Siko naona. Unaona vile the judge ameandika. Can only implement what was saying. If it is not possible, we just stand back. Si ngumu. It is not difficult.
Hiyo CCTV. Pata bala.
TV imeangalilishwa. Tumeangalishwa na huko.
Acha mtu mmoja aingie. Acha huyo aingie. JK ingia. Na mtu mmoja. Yule mweusi yule.
That's enough. We are done.
My dad was here, was admitted here. Yesterday I received a call to kuja nimtoe. My dad was he had to be taken to ICU. Right now, I'm for ICU. And home transfer. So what I'm doing now is to make arrangements. Yes. So whatever happened here, it is true. It was storm.
Sawa, tutakuta. As you are aware, yesterday the directors of War Memorial were charged in a criminal court and they were given bail. And I think that must have irritated the county government of Nakuru, because at night the staff started noticing some movement from 8 p.m. But at 3:30 a.m. the hospital was invaded. Patients, some of them were forcefully discharged. The CCTV cameras were damaged and the staff were evicted. And the county purported to have taken control of the hospital. We had a civil case which was coming this morning, and when we appeared before Lady Justice Millicent Odeny, we informed her of the development. Unfortunately, counsel for the county government denied and said he had no information of such acts of hooliganism. The judge therefore directed that all advocates to come and meet and see the premises, accompanied by the Deputy Registrar of the court. When we came here, the advocates were first to arrive, and conveniently you have noted that the advocate for the county government did not show up, of course for obvious reasons. When he got here, we were denied access. When the Deputy Registrar came, again, she was denied access for over 20-25 minutes until consultations were made. I don't know where. That is when we were allowed to go and see. So we are now preparing to go to court to push for contempt, because we live in a country where there is law and order, and obedience of court orders is sacrosanct. There is nobody who is exempted. And you could see what is happening here, that even a judicial officer carrying a court order was being denied access. I think that is impunity of the highest order, and we must push, we shall not relent in ensuring that there is law and order in this country, even after we have made gains from our constitution. But people want to take us to, back to those dark days where law was disregarded and people used to behave the way they want. I am sure citizens of this country will not allow that to happen. And if the county government trusts in the judicial office, in the judicial system, then why did they take or instigate the directors to be charged in the court of law? And it is the same court which are issuing orders which they are blatantly disobeying, but at the same time they want justice from those courts. I think it's a total contradiction. So we are now headed back to court so that the Deputy Registrar can file her report. She has seen what is happening, and then we can take the case to the next level.
What happened to the patients that were still admitted at the facility?
There are
Because
few.
I understand 19 were there.
They were, most of them were, I'm told, they were taken to the next hospital annex. That's where quite a number, others were just discharged and released. And as you have seen, you have found some there being discharged. This is the reason doctors are not being given access, so nobody can treat them. So for that reason, the patients are being forced. I think what they want is to be inside, hoping that once they are inside, they'll never leave. I want to believe sooner or later, and very, very soon, they'll be out of this place. Thank you.
CNN, Al Jazeera.
Okay, thank you very much. We are here today again here at War Memorial Hospital, and we are still saddened by the turn of events. As you could see, yesterday some directors of this hospital were arraigned in court for purposes of taking plea. Today the civil case was coming up in court, and what has happened is that some officers of the county, through their instructions, they raided this hospital at night and ejected the staff of the hospital. This caused a lot of problems, especially for patients who have had to be transferred. And remember, some of these patients are people who are having critical illness. Some were in ICU. As we speak, I've just come from seeing a patient from ICU. We were trying to organize how an ambulance can be brought so that he can be transferred to another facility. You will note that this is even against the patient's will, because the patient willingly came to War Memorial Hospital to seek health services, but because of these wrangles, he has to be transferred to another hospital at another expense. I've just been talking to another person who has come to visit their loved one, their patient. They have found the patient has also been transferred. They don't know where the patient was, and he was also in ICU. I can tell you, as LSK, we are collecting evidence on possible violation on human rights, because the right to health care is a constitutional right, and it will not be violated by anyone. Not the county, not the hospital management, not anyone should violate the right to health care. And that is exactly what we are observing today. You saw an ugly scene here earlier when even a deputy registrar, who has been deputized by the High Court judge to come and ascertain what is happening in hospital, was denied access to hospital, and it had to take a lot of calls, a lot of consultation for her to come to be allowed to ascertain what is happening. That again is the height of impunity, because the judge had made very clear orders that pending the hearing and determination of the case, the hospital should be allowed to run. But officers from the county, and you can see enforcement officers are here, are blocking patients from accessing the hospital, and they are not allowing any form of services to be issued in this hospital. That is impunity, which as LSK we do not take lightly. It is something we intend to fight to the highest level, so that any person who serves in public gets to understand that our constitution has to be respected. It is very sad to see patients begging for services
yet they have already paid for those services. It's not like these patients are coming for free services. It's very sad coming at this time and age where we want to feel that we are enjoying constitutional freedoms. It is very hard to see what is happening. So we are waiting for the Deputy Registrar to give her observations to court. We don't want to state what her observations will be, because now that will be left for the judge to interpret and make further directions. But the Deputy Registrar has managed to come. She has made her observations. She'll do a report, and in the next 1 or so hours, that report should be before the judge, and the judge will make her determination or give further directions on this issue. Thank you.
Is the LSK going to take any step after the report has come out? LSK,
Yes, and that is why I'm here. As I mentioned, we are collecting evidence on possible violation on human rights. Once we gather who has violated the human rights, we will file a petition against such person, and the victims of such violations will have to be compensated.